This episode of A Hero's Journey podcast is brought to you by SMP Inc. and JPS Computers. It's crazy because A Hero's Journey podcast is based on, it's one of those things where we are the hero of our own story. And we wake up every morning trying to create, trying to make the best of our day. And I'm going to let my co-host introduce our next guest because the two of them together have done something pretty special. And I just stood out in the hallway and told her how proud I am of her because that's what this is all about. And it inspired me to want to do more. So my name is Brian Hopkins and my co-host is Danielle Vasinova. And I'm going to pass this along to you.
Well, thank you, Brian. That was quite the intro.
It's true, though.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So today I'm very excited to bring to you the one, the only, the writer, the producer, and star of our movie, Savage Midlife, Nic Costa.
Thank
Welcome.
you. What an intro.
Hello, welcome to the show.
It's nothing but love here.
Oh
Nothing
man.
but love.
The part of this you didn't say was also your co-producer.
Yes.
Savage Midlife.
We are partners in crime.
That's right.
All of us,
That's
actually.
right. That's right. Well, thanks for having me on, you guys.
Yeah.
Of
This
course.
is great. Yeah, we had that was kind of a busy morning. Eddie Griffin, who's in the movie, was just here like 2 seconds ago, and then he left. But
Kind of a cool day,
That was
right?
kind of a cool day. Just Tuesday.
Normal
just another
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I'm an artist myself, so when I'm in the booth, it's most of the time it's just me and the producer, unless I feel like, bring in, you can bring everybody in. I don't care. I've gotten to a point in my career where I love sharing what's going on. So I just stood outside the door and listened to what you guys were doing. I didn't want to be
sneaky boy.
I didn't want to be that guy that standing in here.
Naughty, sneaky boy.
So you guys got to tell me, what is this movie that you guys have created? What is this?
This has been a 20-year odyssey for me. You jumped on board a couple of years ago, but for me, we wrote this script in 2003. And it actually has evolved quite a bit. Initially, it's about the premise of the film is actually about two guys on a quest to get a tank top from their favorite 80s wrestler. But
Do you like 80s wrestling, Brian?
Sure. Yeah. Hulk Hogan, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
In fact, initially it was like, oh man, the Hulkster, baby. Let's do the. He tears off the tank top, Hulkamania, and then we got a call from Vince McMahon's people, and they're like, no, you're not.
Oh, no.
No,
Really?
you are. Hell no, you are not. And so we're like, hell no, we are not.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Psych. So we were like, okay, we need to come up with our own imaginary wrestlers so we can not get sued.
Right.
So we were
We don't
like,
go to jail.
but like our favorite wrestler, I don't know, who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
I think when I was a kid, it was Jimmy Snuka out of Portland. I found out outside. I'm from Salem, Oregon, and you're from Portland, Oregon.
What?
You see,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
See,
Oregon boys.
This is what I'm talking about. That
Yeah.
discovery.
Yes.
She took that away from me, but
that's so
you
funny.
did not take it away from you.
didn't do it on
so there we
purpose. I
go.
did not do
yeah,
it.
she
Family.
didn't.
He's
Yeah.
family. You didn't tell me he was family.
So Jimmy Snuka,
That's awesome.
Portland wrestling.
Dude, that's a deep cut.
Yeah, it is.
That's a deep cut Portland wrestler.
That was why I think I can't remember if it was Friday or Saturday nights, but it was on at late at night.
I thought you were gonna say the same, like hacksaw Jim Duggan. But no, you gave me that Portland indie. Damn, good for you. Well,
Boom.
Yeah.
Hit you with that.
hit me with a ton
How
of
you
bricks.
like that? Yeah.
Well, we were kind of going with that Macho Man thing. We were like, okay, we want to give people. Well, actually, let me just dial it back a little bit because the film wasn't always about a wrestling tank top, which
Yeah.
it is now. It was about the tank top Kurt Russell wore in Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
And exactly. See, I could tell you get it because you recognize it, but I'm getting a little like, I don't know what the fuck that tank top is.
No, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were worried about the feeling of, oh, we don't know what that is. And so it was so niche that we were
Right.
like, we gotta open this up.
Yeah.
We gotta open this up.
Yeah. See, but here's the thing. I was engaged to a wrestler.
Oh my God! Tell him.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Natalie
he
Eva
was.
Marie.
Shut
Eva Marie,
up.
Do you know who she is?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
So-
me more about this
That was-
failed
That was his
engagement.
fiance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what happened?
No,
I'm interviewing you now.
Our careers just went two different directions. Yeah. And you know what's wild? I wrote a record that started Elvis Monroe, which is surrounding in this room. And it was based on our breakup.
Yeah.
And then the music brought us back together, but then our careers started growing in two different directions. And here we are.
Damn.
So, and it was like the best thing for both of us because she's happy, I'm still friends with family and everyone. So, and she just, she made a career out of being a wrestler and then acting and all the things that came out of it. But so when you said wrestling, I was like, okay, I could see trying to get a tank top from one of the girls. So you got to elaborate.
Yeah. How was this initially born? Like, where was the inspiration from this?
For the wrestler part of it?
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing. And once I was like, dude, what about Hulk? What about the Hulkster? And then all that stuff with like, ooh, the IP is a problem. And I was like, oh, I love me some Macho Man. How do we get a little Macho Man up in here without getting sued? And so Rob, our director, was like, well, what about, I was like, what if it's he's a wrestler that we make up that is kind of a mix between macho and some, I don't know, historical figure like Abraham Lincoln? And I was like, well, that's fucking genius. What do you think? He's like, yeah, dude, how about like Rage and Abraham Lincoln? And I was like, well, I love that.
Rage and Abe.
We got to do that.
Rage and
Abe. So it's basically, it's basically Macho Man with a stovepipe hat. That's basically what's going on. But he's, instead of like the lovely instead of the lovely Elizabeth, like Macho Man, he's got the lovely Mary Todd.
Hey, yo, well, wait.
Exactly. And so, in fact, Paula Abdul is the lovely Mary Todd.
Yes.
Nice.
She initially...
This is a thing in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Don't think he's being a weirdo by just doing this. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've been living with this fucking movie for 20 years.
So who are you, Johnny Depp? You just live the character the rest of the time?
Basically.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Basically.
He plays Alex in the film.
Okay.
So Alex is one of the young... So they lose this tank top in 1983 at Wrestle Madness 3 when him and his buddy Mark. And so they're basically... This film is about a quest. Where 30 years later, they are questing for this tank top that they've just discovered is online. Oh, my God. And so we basically go on this hero's journey, really, to watch them try to get the most exciting sports entertainment memorabilia of all time. And of course, the person that ends up with the tank top ends up having she basically procures it because it was her father's final wish to be buried in the tank top. And so these guys kind of have to. Well, of course, is the chance meeting with the lady later on, and of course the lead, Alex. I wrote the thing, so I always get to be the romantic interest.
Of course, come
Girl
on.
at the end. That's the benefits of producing, baby. But of course, yeah. So the film really kind of goes through.
Who's your love interest?
In the film?
Yeah.
Well, in real life, it's Paula Abdul. She's not going to listen to this, right? Paula, you out there, girl?
Good to see you there, girl.
No, in the film, it's Daryl Mason.
Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful, talented. Her first feature of all time, but you'd never know.
No.
You've seen it.
Yep.
She's
fantastic.
Incredible. Incredible. So, but yes.
But it goes on its own hero's journey.
It
know?
really
Cool.
does. It really does. So basically, it's at the very end of the film. Spoiler alert, not too much of a spoiler. Alex character has to choose between, the most exciting woman he's ever met, and then the most exciting piece of entertainment memorabilia, sports entertainment memorabilia ever produced. So I'm not gonna tell you what he chooses, but
Don't. I gotta watch it, man.
Exactly.
Find out. So his buddy, played by Matt Zach, is like the second coming of Chris Farley, man. Or Jack Black. Jack Black and Chris Farley combined.
Yes.
Dude, big old dude, funny as fuck.
Yeah.
The funniest fucking dude. It's funny, Daryl Mason, her character, she plays the heroine, was not initially Darielle. It was actually, I was old friends with Anna Faris, and she had she had a podcast. And
Why didn't she do the film?
Well, I tell you what, I told her, I was like, listen, I want to do your podcast. I hadn't talked to her in like 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And I kind of called up cause she's doing a show about bad advice or whatever her advice show is.
Yeah.
And I called her up. I don't have her phone number. I just called the podcast up. What's going on?
Slide up in those DMs.
I just slide into the podcast DMs, and actually went on her show.
Okay.
And as like a sad romance story, and basically told her this crazy story about how my wife left me for a woman postman.
This is real. His wife left him for a woman. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, the podcast. You should. If you have time, it's a hell of an episode. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
But at the end of it, I was just like, now that I did, I was like, hey Anna, do you remember me? Do you want to be in a movie?
Hi Anna, do you want to be my friend?
God, who was the guest? There was a guest who was like Christian, that fashion designer Christian who was on Project Runway.
Dior?
He won
Dior?
Project Runway.
Okay.
Oh, I
Christian.
don't know.
Anyways, he's just like,
Brian.
what the fuck is this? Is this like some weird fanboy thing? I was like, no, Anna, I got this movie I want you to do.
Yeah.
Needless to say, she did not call me back after I called her.
She's like, I don't know you.
Yeah, Anna, if you're listening, sorry, babe, you got replaced. Darielle, she did the job, probably better. Anyways, yeah, tag Anna Ferris. I wanted to hear that. Anyways, so yeah, where the hell are we?
No, well, here's the thing. Like you create. This is just fun for me to watch you, and talk about this. But where did this come from? Like you did this on your own and started this whole thing, or what?
Yeah, man. Well, this is our third film. Dude, I went to Hollywood. I tried in like 1999, and I was trying to be an actor.
Okay.
And oh God, I failed miserable.
You were 3 years old then?
1999? What did I say? I said 99. 99. I was 19. And I was trying to be an actor, and fuck. They don't tell you the truth about rock and roll, man. It is tough. Yeah. It was tough. And I was just like, dude, I am not cut out for this kind of like, you're not good enough and you suck. You're too tall, you're too this, too that.
Yeah.
And I remember like I was ready to go, and I was ready to leave Hollywood, and then I landing like a gig with like this Lily Sobieski, John Goodman, and Albert Brooks in this very big movie. And I was like, fuck, this is my moment, man. Yeah. This is my moment. And I did the scene, I did the whole thing, and my manager was like, oh, this is it, man. Straight to the top, baby. Didn't work out that way.
Was it on the cutting room floor, or was it in the movie?
I went to the premiere. I brought this girl I was trying to like, hook up with, and I'm like, she didn't want anything to do with me. I'm like, do you want to go to my Hollywood premiere? And
How you like me now?
How do you like me now? Exactly. And we go, red carpet, Albert Brooks rubbing the elbows and everything, and talking to like John Goodman as if he's my fucking friend. John's looking at me like, who the fuck is this kid? You sweep up the popcorn over there, kid. You know what I mean? And I'm like nervous as shit because this is my first real moment.
Yeah.
Sure enough, like I've read the script 100 times, forwards and backwards. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Not only was I cut from this Lolita film that was fucking good, by the way, but they actually replaced me with a fart joke. That was the ultimate humiliation. Yeah, I was supposed to get her fired from her job, and instead they just cut to her walking down the mall saying, I can't believe I got fired for farting. Oh, that was it. And it actually got a laugh at the premiere. I was like, fuck, the ultimate humiliation.
It wasn't enough just to get cut. They're like,
yes. And of course, at the end of the film, the girl like leans over and she's just like, weren't you supposed to be in that movie? And I was like, we're still going to have sex tonight. Okay. So, hey, that worked out. That did work out.
Sympathy sex.
Yeah. Sympathy sex. Pity sex. I do great with pity sex. Great. So,
but that's like how you said in the film, right? How
so
Alex has a
that,
choice, right, in what he wants to do with his
life. At that point.
This was you.
After that, I just made a decision to get the fuck out.
Okay.
And I was like, if I'm going to do this again, if I'm going to do Hollywood again, I'm going to do it with my own money. I'm going to do this
my way.
My way. I'm going to do my things, and I'm going to control the edit.
My acting teacher used to say all that. He's like, if you want to make something happen, go
do it
and create something that only you can play.
Amen, brother. Or control everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're in control and you wrote it for you, and go do that. He's like, you're a creative person. And I got out of acting because of that. I'm a musician now, but
Oh yeah,
you
this
did it
guy
too.
used to be repped by who?
You
like
and I were
WME?
shadowing
or-
each other all our lives, apparently.
No,
Yeah.
I went from Salem to LA, and
shit.
I was with Natalie Rawson, and then
What
I
year? What year?
Went, 91 when I
wow,
went
okay.
there, and Natalie Rawson was my agent to start. And
At
then I went-
WME or?
No, I started a small one. She just
Okay.
swooped me up, and then I ended up with William Morris.
Oh
And
damn!
so-
Oh, you were on your way, man.
Yeah.
You got to stick around. You should have stuck. Did you? How many years?
I did it for probably 9 years, and then I
Damn.
bounced. But I'm Native American Indian, and all these Native movies started coming out, and I just kept falling through the cracks. And so I cut my hair, and I was like, I'm out. But they pulled me back in, and I was still doing it. And then I'm now doing a project with my buddy. My buddy and
Yeah.
he goes to New York Film Academy.
Yeah.
He teaches a master program there and making films. And a phone conversation we had one day has turned into a script that's turned into us doing the movie.
And let me tell you something. You're going to have more fun doing that movie than any other project you were ever going to do in Hollywood. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend over here, Andrew,
Yeah.
like all my high school buddies are all in this film.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've got Paula Abdul and Walter Koenig and Eddie Griffin, but it's a family film.
Right.
For our family. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
your people and
Yeah.
you know what their strengths are and you know they're fucking funny,
Yeah.
and you know they're great. And it's just like
There's such satisfaction in that creative process.
and we all
right?
do better when we all do better and we
Yeah.
want to do better.
Yeah,
That's what's
yeah,
been
yeah.
so. That's been so fucking fun about this whole damn thing. Am I allowed to curse in this?
Yo,
Yeah,
hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Sorry. Now
Yeah.
I'm like
fucking
doing
go
that
for it.
thing where you kind of muffle your fuck bombs. Yeah.
Get your fuck on, baby.
But that's funny, man. So that's
Yeah.
good. And that is the way, by
Yeah.
the way. That is the way to do it. So that's basically, I wrote this while I quit Hollywood, got a job as a room service attendant, wrote this script along with two others, and we made the other two, and this is our third film.
Wow. What were the other two?
Evil Cult, Neil Stryker, an Evil Cult. That was number one. It's got some of the worst reviews you're ever going to have on Netflix, but it was on Netflix before Netflix was Netflix.
Cult classic, baby.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It literally, the review, it literally says, run. Run as fast as you possibly can away from
Far,
this film.
far away.
Evil Cult is not even really a film. It's more of an idea. A really horrible idea. And that's where we started. So we got our start. It was 2003, our first film. And then I decided, that film was funny, but boy, was it low budget. We made it for $3,000.
Right.
I was like, I went to my director. I was like, dude, we got to find some way to make money, or but again, it's just like I hate begging for money. I
Right.
hate
Yeah.
trying to suck a dick for cash. I will do anything. And
Tell
I
the
did.
people.
And I did.
No, I didn't.
But I didn't want to do that. So I was like, did the dumbest thing I ever did. The dumbest reason to go to law school was just like,
Oh, so
Rob.
he's a lawyer
Oh, yeah.
as well. Did you
No
know that?
way.
So he's a
Literally-
lawyer, but he's like, he's like Batman.
Mind blown.
Lawyer by day, filmmaker by night, or the other way around.
And it was all part of the scheme. It was
Yeah.
all a scheme.
Yeah.
I was like, Rob, my director, I was like, I'll go to law school. I'll be a lawyer, and then we'll have all the money to make the movie. Yeah, we'll do it. All right, we'll do it. And that is how the sausage gets made, folks. So I go to law school, and we're making the movie as I'm going to law school and using my student loans. Hopefully, University of Hawaii, the federal loan program. Using my loans to pay for this movie. Took us 10 years to do it. I finally graduate law school, and we have a few more things we got to do, but then we release the film. And now I'm a lawyer. So I was like, okay, the production value, if you ever watch this movie, goes up and up. The longer I'm an attorney, the more the production value goes up. So,
I'm a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer. So we did a lot of learning, though. So during that production, as I was going to school and trying to learn how to even do filmmaking, because I didn't go to school for that.
Right.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So basically, now I'm a lawyer. So we finished that film. It makes its impact. Walter Koenig from Star Trek. He's the guy, Pavel Chekhov, nuclear vessels. That guy from the original Star Trek.
Yeah.
We had this because we made this movie for 10 years. And we were like, we're literally going to walk through a door and we're going to literally go from 2006 to 2016. How are we going to make that leap? And I was like, time travel. So we added a time travel moment where these guys walk through this vortex, and they're just 10 years older. Or I was like, fuck it, forget 10 years older. They're 30 years older. And one of the guys, we're going to make he's been using this Russian accent. So we're just going to get Chekhov from Star Trek, and it's just going to be him after they walk through this time portal. And that'll explain why it's fucking 40 years later that did this movie. And it worked brilliantly, right? Walter Koenig shows up from Burbank, flies up, and it's just like, he calls me up on the phone, actually a week before, about to shoot this thing. He's like, no one told me. I always use my Ed Wood voice of Bela Lugosi. No one told me there's going to be, I'm using the Russian accent.
I want to suck your blood.
Eddie, what about my money? And I was like, dude, Walter, we're shooting in a week, man. I need you to do the Russian accent. The whole gag is that the guy walks through the portal and he becomes you 30 years later, and he's got the Russian accent. He's like, I heard that there was puppets in the movie. Do I get to be with the puppets? Like,
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Sure.
You get to be in
Take out my sock. Here you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Hand puppet.
What kind of music? What kind of
What do you need, bro?
Fortunately, we had the guy that did the Gremlin puppets. He lives in Portland.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Guy helps us out. Cam Gates, my buddy Jubal Dance, all kind of like, they all went to film school. They all thought they were going to come out and, out of film school and do special effects, Yoda and Dagobah and all that, and Empire Strikes Back. Nope. We're all in front of a computer, clickety-click, like poor Travis over here.
Clickety-click.
And he's a filmmaker too, so he knows, I didn't sign up for this, man.
Yeah.
We love Travis.
I'm telling you, they don't tell you the truth about rock and roll.
He knows, he knows the deal.
But so we had this movie with these goblin puppets, and I was like, hey guys, we're getting Walter Koenig from Star Trek. We need some puppets, so he'll do the movie. So they came out of the woodwork and built some puppets. And so I don't know why we started talking about this really, but
what was the question?
I bring up Walter because he's in this next movie, this Savage Midlife movie, and his one request is, he's like, Nikki, I want to do the movie, but I have two requests. And I was like, what are they? He's like, no Russian accent. And I want my wife to be in the porn shop with me in the porn shop scene. I'm like, how did you know there's a porn shop scene?
Did you just write the scene in?
No, okay, we're writing a porn shop scene. Okay. So he and his wife kind of play this mom and pop adult novelty porn shop. Very Princess Bride, very, liar! Yeah. You get away, witch. It's the whole we just rip off Princess Bride. What am I talking about? But anyways, once I was a lawyer, we were able to find, we were actually able to use Nic's treasure. It took a divorce. Definitely used the divorce money. She bought, the ex-wife bought the house for me, so I just dumped that movie.
The wife that ran away with the woman.
The wife that ran, it's all part of the story.
Bro.
Right?
I think we need to make a movie on your life.
No,
you
dude.
don't.
Yeah.
So yes, the wife that ran off with the postwoman. Pardon. And took that money, threw it in the film, and was like, great, we've got $75,000. This is great. That's not enough money to make a movie, by the way. We learned that very quickly the first time.
Maybe the first
I
quarter.
have to ask, was this postwoman your postwoman? Or was it?
She was our postwoman.
No.
Dude.
That's like the milkman.
You're supposed
or milkwoman.
Yeah. The postwoman and literally the post woman.
Dude.
Wow.
Postwoman's supposed to be bringing my boxes, not taking them away.
Oh my God.
Hopefully my ex-wife doesn't listen to this.
Hi. Say hello.
Oh God, we've gotten into the
Dude,
the religious
I'm gonna have
material.
a field day putting together the reels
yeah.
on this show.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
like-
guys.
How did you juggle all of this? Like being a lawyer and being a filmmaker? I mean, how?
Well, I was just trying to keep my bar license, to be honest with you. But no, I had a great support network. I had you, I had Andrew, I had all my friends, my family, my guy, all the guys were in the film. That everybody was just in this because they wanted to make a good movie, man.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, every step of the way on this one, we kept getting the same comment from not just my crew, but from the Eddie Griffins, from the Paul Abdul's people, and they were just like, no one's doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody's making a fun comedy John Hughes thing.
Right.
Oh, I loved when I moved to LA. It was all about John Hughes.
Oh, really?
No, because it was Breakfast Club and those kinds of movies that
Yep.
that inspired me, coming up.
Yeah.
Really. So that's cool that you said that. Use that
Well, I mean-
reference. I just watched Breakfast Club the other day.
Oh
Go ahead.
man, I mean, dude, like Ferris Bueller, Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't make these movies anymore, and there's a million reasons why that is.
What
I
was your
guess-
favorite movie growing up?
Oh my God, growing up, The Goonies, done,
Duh.
answered.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. In fact, we actually when we were on the hunt for Eddie Griffin's character, before we knew Eddie would even do it, okay, because I knew that he was in Vegas. Someone had given me a list with Eddie's name on it, and there was a number of people on that list, and they were just like, the agent was just like, well, here's who I rep, and I was just like, ooh, Sean Astin from The Goonies, Mikey, what?
What?
And then they told me how much. Then they were like, well, because we needed him in short notice, and they were like, for whatever reason, he wouldn't do it. And then they had like Paul Rubens,
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman, and like Carol Kane, and then like Eddie Griffin. I'm like, oh, we need the undercover brother. For sure. We need the undercover brother. Will he do it? And they were like, he might do it, but he does a show on the Sahara every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. And you need him on Monday. Can you get him back by 4 for his show at 8? And I was like, look at the clock. I'm looking at the calendar. I'm like, we can try. We can try. So
No pressure.
dude came in, total professional, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Came in, had, I don't know how many days he had. He didn't have much time with the
Nailed
pages,
it.
man, because
Yeah.
when you make a movie, it's just boom, 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 boom. Some people have their talent online in months. Nah, we're just like 2 days out. Like, hey, Eddie,
Hey, come here.
Eddie, hey, Paula, you want to do this thing? Okay. But yeah, no, he came in, man, and he just a consummate professional.
Yeah.
Dude knows all his lines. He's had him for 48 hours, knows all his lines, comes in, slays it, and then goes, now I'd like to do this, please. And then boom, just doing his own thing, making the thing. I mean, you'll see it. You've seen it. It's so, he's so funny.
Making us look good.
Making us look very good.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
But it was fun to have him on board. Fun to have him here today.
That was
killer.
cool to see.
And
I listened through the wall.
you listen to the
Yeah, I did.
That's right, sneaky
He's
boy.
a
listen
sneaky,
to the wall.
sneaky bastard.
Did you audition for Dances with Wolves? I have to ask.
No, I came in after that whole Dances with
Okay.
Wolves things, but it was all the movies that followed that
Yeah.
I found myself and I had long hair and but it was just one of those things I just kept falling through the cracks. Guys like Adam Beach and Zahn, who's now on a bunch of TV shows and things, they would walk in and read the lines in Sioux or whatever their language was, and then go, oh, you want it in English. Okay. And I'm through the wall going, I could be out in the room going, motherfuckers. Because, they were crushing it in that.
Yeah.
And then I just couldn't get that, the way they speak, that kind of accent kind of thing down. But then once I finally did, I was like, I'm over this. Like, because I kept falling through the cracks. Like, I would be down between me and one of them.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time.
Damn, it kept slipping through the fingers.
So close.
Every time.
Yeah.
Nick, put him in your next film.
Let's
Yeah.
do it, baby. Savage
You're in.
Midlife 2.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, we're going to go back in time to the 80s.
I'll add
We're going to go back to
Savage.
1991.
I'll add Savage to a different Savage. To the,
Exactly.
All right. You do have to dance through some of those minefields. Well, I mean, like we kind of like in this movie, like to go back to the 80s to have to deal with some of those tropes of like misogyny and slapping girls around and cultural appropriation.
That's right.
It was like initially we kind of stumbled on that name, Savage Midlife, and
Yep.
we're kind of like, oh, maybe this isn't the one. But I was like, you know what though? We kind of want to put a light on all that.
Yeah.
We want to point a light on how it wasn't all fun and games. There was actually people actually hurt by a lot of this. So the characters, Mary Todd, played by Paula Abdul, and the raging Abraham Lincoln, played by, quite literally, his name is Macho Man. A Macho Man impersonator from Las Vegas.
Really?
He's here. He lives here.
Macho man.
He's billed as the greatest Macho Man impersonator of all time.
Wow.
He's our raging Abe. But yeah, their characters are the ones that were trying to like push back on all that kind of culture. You know, yeah, they had in the very first 2 seconds of the movie, you see a white guy from Brooklyn wearing a Native American headdress, and you're like, whoa. And they're just like, that ain't cool. Yeah. That's not cool. But because they did that, they got made into pariahs, into bad guys. And that kind of fucked with Raging Abe, and he kind of spiraled, and the crowds were booing him from now on. And he ended up slipping into drugs, and he ended up, spoiler alert, he ends up dying, and that breaks poor Paula Abdul's heart for the rest of the film. And then when we
don't tell him too much. Don't tell him too much. Come on now.
Not too much. But yeah, we wanted a vehicle where we could kind of address all that, but still kind of have fun with the 80s, you know, but still be like, yeah, some of the stuff wasn't okay.
Yeah. So what kind of advice would you give to a little boy or a little girl out there looking to get into this crazy, crazy business?
Do it yourself, man.
Yep.
Do it yourself and do it with your friends.
Yeah.
Because even if it does nothing, you're going to have so much more fun doing it. I promise you.
That's true.
I mean, there was times in the last film when I was just sitting in a barn, it was freezing in the middle of December, Oregon, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than right here than with my buddies making a fucking movie that no one is ever going to see. Except for that one guy who wrote that review on Netflix. Run as fast as far as you can. So
let's see what he writes this time.
Yeah.
Well, tell the people where they can find you.
Oh, yeah. So you can find us on all the socials under @Savage Midlife, SavageMidlife.com.
And you? And your handle?
And mine, before we go, I want to know, what do you play in this movie?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about you. That's right. You can't get away without saying what you are doing.
Ask my co-producer. I play Officer Barty. Can you tell the story about Officer Barty?
Yes. So the Officer Barty character, in fact, my production company is Lombo Barty Productions.
Okay.
LomboBarty.com. And we were partying at this house party, and it got busted up by the cops, and this fucking cop threatened to throw us in the clinkster, and this other cop, the good cop, rolls in and is just like, listen, guys, you just kind of sweep that powder under the old rug there and pour out those beers. I'm going to let you guys go home, okay? And we were like, whoa. We literally thought we were on death's door there. And we're like, thank you, Officer Lombo Barty. Thank you, sir. Wow. Lombo Barty, what a fucked up name, but thank God for that guy because he saved us. He saved us from going in the clink. So then it cut to the next day. We're all like surfing, and there was just a big swell came into Santa Barbara, and we all caught it. We're all surfing like idiots, and a big party wave, and we finished, and I figured it was Andrew who was just like, dude, that wave, dude, it came in strong, could have took us out, but was so forgiving. That was the Lombo Barty, dude. That was the Lombo Barty wave. So ever since then, we were like, I changed my, that's right, I created Lombo Barty Productions on behalf of that officer that let us go that night. And then I made you, the character Officer Barty, who appears but one time, but is throughout the film, is often heard but not seen. And that's the etymology of Officer Barty.
I want to be arrested by you. Come on.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Who would want to be arrested by her? Come on.
She looks good, folks. She looks good.
It was in the dream sequence.
It was in the dream sequence. That's right.
Oh.
Not to give away too much.
Okay. You were a real police officer. I understand.
But she's also my lovely co-producer, and I don't know what I would be doing with social media or just basically in life without her, and her basically telling me what to do and what not to do.
You're under arrest.
Truly, it takes a village, man. You have to watch the film how many times just to make sure that
first class problems for me though, all the way.
First class problems.
Watch the film over and over. Yeah, it's all good. I'm not complaining.
No. But I mean, like, you've got a good eye for it. I mean, obviously, Dee, you've been doing this for years. You've been an actor as well. You survived. How many years have you been doing this?
For a minute.
For a minute.
I don't know.
That's right.
I started modeling back.
I
started modeling back in New York when I was 13 years old.
Oh
so
God.
I've been, in this some way, shape, or form since I was a little tyke.
Mm-hmm. So I was fortunate enough to get that experience of not only just an actor. Of course, I was going to put her in the movie, but also her wisdom as a producer and as a storyteller herself, so valuable. And so I was like, well, this is you're my gal. I got to have you on board here.
You're my guy.
Yeah.
She crushes it here on the show with me, and she was just a guest one day, and that turned into her sitting in that seat with me. And so that's what makes this a lot of fun. And she does have a lot of attention to detail that I may skip over. So
Well, half the battle is just showing up,
Yeah,
right?
but-
Sometimes you just show up and then let the magic unfold,
yep,
right?
teamwork makes the dream work.
Always.
Yep.
But some people just have that halo, you know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
like nothing, they can do no wrong.
Yeah.
And you've got like that halo. You walk in a room and everyone's just like, whoa, affected.
Just a little angel. of
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
You gotta have that.
We really know. We really know. Come on. Come on.
You gotta have that. In
And-
your quiver.
Yeah.
You know, of arrows and.
So, but dude, I can't wait to see this film. I can't wait. This is fun to watch you guys do this and just be a part of this. Travis, the chief nerd back there, helping out today. Thank you for helping out on the show, helping out with Eddie Griffin today.
Yep.
Yeah, no
That
problem.
was-
It was exciting to have him in the studio. Thank you,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. And
Yeah.
Brian, we got to get you in the next film.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Oh man, the next one, man. Do you sing? You sing.
He sings. He's a singer.
The next one is a musical.
Oh, no way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't even
Wow.
want to say it because someone's gonna steal the idea.
Okay, don't say
Don't
anything.
say it. Don't
but-
say it.
Oh man, we need a guy who can shred. And I mean, I saw that video. I'm like, this dude.
More savage. Yeah.
More savage.
Yeah. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much for
Thanks
being
for having
here.
me, guys.
And a shout out to Rock Rage Radio for listening to this show. All the audience out there. Rock Rage Radio.
Rock Rage Radio.
Much
Thank you
love.
guys for having us. Much love.
Exactly. This is a Hero's Journey podcast. I'm Brian Hopkins.
And I'm Danielle Vasinova.
And our guest today,
Nic Costa.
Yeah.
He says his own name. What a jerk.
We'll see you guys. Remember, you're the hero of your own story.
Thanks for watching.
Dream, and I believe it's coming around to me.